All right. Good evening and good night, and welcome to the It's Your Perspective Talk Show. It is Wednesday, October 5th, 2016. My name is David, a.k.a. Kimber, a.k.a. Christian. Soup is on a special assignment tonight, so I'm holding down the fort by myself. Just want to say real quick that this is the It's Your Perspective Talk Show every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. until. We do have a telephone number, 340-201-9005. You can also text us on that number as well. But most importantly, you have to go to our website, streaming live from the VI.com. Go to that website, click on the tab at the top that says Watch Us Live. And you'll see the show tonight because we do have a very special returning guest in the studio tonight. Our guest has heard that we are in a high-tech, low-tech studio coming to you from an undisclosed location here, St. Croix, Virgin Islands, no radio or TV, internet only, which means you have to get your iOS phone, your Android, your iPad, your tablet, your Mac, Windows, or Linux PC. Open up your browser, type in streaming live from the VI.com, and you'll be able to see the show tonight. All our recorded live shows are on YouTube and Ustream.tv. Close to about 400 shows now. Check them all out. We got 2 Facebook pages. Want to give a quick shout out to CHS class of 1982. That's the year that Soup and I are representing. But most importantly, we have to give a quick shout out to all our past guests. Thanks for being on the show. We're on Twitter as well. VI Perspective is how you get a hold of us there. Show's mission is just to inform, entertain, and empower everyone. Want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Maggie's Party Decor and Supersonic Computer Services and Add a Touch Boutique here in Sunny Isle Shopping Center. And a quick shout out to Joanna and her whole entourage down there. Check our website for contact information. And we're also simulcasting our show tonight on our radio station, internet radio station, streaming live from the VI.com radio. You can get that. We have an app on iOS, an app for Android, and for you TuneIn app users, just do a search for streaming live from the VI.com radio. It'll pop right up. Just hit play, and you'll be able to hear the show. When the show's done, we flip back to music, straight nonstop music for the rest of the night until tomorrow, again at 8 p.m. So as promised, we do have a special guest in the studio tonight. There she is,
Hello.
Virginia Clairmont. Wave to the crowd. You are live right now. So how you doing?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good. No complaints.
It's good to be back.
Thank you for coming back.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, we have you again. You have a lot of wonderful stuff happening, getting ready to happen here in St. Croix, and I guess in particular in Frederiksted.
In Frederiksted, with my heart, yes.
Is your heart and where all your wares and works?
The thing I am most passionate about, yes.
And that is Clean Sweep Frederiksted. That is your organization. You are the person in charge. And before we get to the upcoming events, kind of just tell us a little bit about the organization and what its main focus is.
Clean Sweep Frederiksted basically supports the economic revitalization and economic development of Frederiksted. And so we're engaged in various activities, which we'll talk about, I guess, in a minute, that helps to promote that initiative and helps to return Frederiksted, pardon me, to a more vibrant state. So that's what we're pretty much about.
Okay, and how long you guys been around?
Oh, 2 years, actually. 2 years, but interestingly enough, this is our 3rd year of our first year is counted as our first, we've done now, we started in 2014, let me rephrase. And so this is our upcoming event will be the 3rd annual Clean Sweep Day. So it's kind of, 2 years, but a little longer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the main objective of Clean Sweep Frederiksted is just to keep apply beautification, painting, trash removal, anything along those lines, just to keep the city.
Create family event. What we're really about is just, to change the perception of Frederiksted and create a family-friendly and business-friendly environment. That's what we're about. We do that in partnerships with the businesses, residents, other nonprofit organizations, government agencies.
Okay. And so the first event you have coming up here is, if I got this correct here, it's the Positive Signs Community Paint.
Yeah, so this Saturday, October the 8th, from 9 to 12 at Frederiksted Beach, we're having community paint. We actually typically do community paints, but this one, we're taking some wooden boards and creating positive signs with positive messages that we're going to place around the town, just to create some sense of hope and optimism, and a community, basically. That's, we're just trying to send messages throughout the community and have volunteers participate in that, just to say, this is a great community. We love where we live. And it's just an awesome place to be because, we think so. We want people, when they come in, to feel that's the same way.
And these signs are just, you can paint anything you want, or you have...
As long as it is not profane and it's optimistic, folks can paint anything they want. My focus will be, I have a thing, I Heart Frederiksted, so that's what my board will say, but we're saying to folks, just bring their creativity. We will have paint brushes, everything you need, the wooden boards, so...
Oh, really? Okay, so you just have to show up and with a thought or a couple a phrase...
art, image, whatever it may be, and you can paint away.
And these signs will just be put up on corners, I guess, within the block?
They'll in the block, on the beach, on signpost, what are those things called? The
Wappa poles?
Light poles. Thank you.
The
yes,
poles,
that.
The light poles?
Exactly. At whatever businesses may want them, on corners, wherever we can find a space to put a positive message, we're going to do that.
Yeah, I would think that this would add a little color to Frederiksted.
Add a little color and optimism. I remember I was walking into town one day and I saw a post that these kids had put up just randomly, and it said, "I am happy," with a daisy on it, and I swear that thing gave me so much joy, and that's kind of where we got the idea from. It's not a new idea, but I just remember seeing that, and it just really just lifted my spirits. And so we've been, this is something that we've wanted to do for a long time. But we're just getting around to doing it because we've just been so busy. We go from one project to another. So we were asked by Don Bruce with the Office of the Governor if we could create these signs, and I was like, "Yep, we absolutely can." So this is the weekend that we're doing it.
And you say here that students earn community service hours?
Yeah, typically 4 if they're on site. So students can earn up to 4 community service hours for participating in this event.
So what does that mean? You sign something and they take it to the school, and then...
Yeah, so we do it 2 ways. We give them a certificate. We have certificates available that I sign off on that say they participated in the event. Or we can sign off on, the school gives them a document that we can sign off on. So.
Perfect. And then the next event here coming up is...
our signature event.
The
Clean Sweep Day on Make a Difference Day. Yeah. So one of the things that we do is we have major volunteer events on days of service. Days of service would include Make a Difference Day, which is always the 3rd Saturday in October, MLK Day during Volunteer Week. So this is a very first cleanup that on Make a Difference Day. We call it Clean Sweep Day, but on Make a Difference Day, it was our very first event in 2014, where we had over 250 volunteers coming to Frederiksted to do a town-wide cleanup. So we're doing that again this year. The first year was really hard because there was a lot to do. This year, it's more maintenance, So we're once again going to do this town-wide cleanup. We're just picking up trash, debris, clearing out gutters, trimming some hedges and that sort of stuff throughout Frederiksted. And we're doing it in partnership with the Department of Public Works, Waste Management, Sports Park and Rec, Office of the Governor, and a few other organizations.
And so the key word there is volunteer.
Volunteer. Yes.
And so I remember just a real quick here. I remember just when I was just younger, one of the things my mother used to tell me all the time was, volunteer your time. I remember, I think when President Clinton was in office, there was sort of a big push about volunteering your time, to just any kind of organization.
Yeah, so interestingly enough, I worked for the Points of Light Foundation. If back in 1994, I think they started during the Bush administration, Bush number one. He made a speech about the 1,000 points of light, talking about Americans giving their time in volunteerism. So the Points of Light Foundation was started. And their whole focus was promoting volunteerism throughout the country. When Bill Clinton came into office, he then in turn formed the Corporation for National Service,
Okay.
which is a government branch that promotes volunteerism and is the organization that oversees the National Day of Service.
Okay.
So they basically provide volunteer or centers, businesses, or several organizations with the tools and they need in order to recruit and retain with technical training.
Okay.
They're also the branch that oversees the AmeriCorps service that college students participate in.
Okay.
So so what we're doing is, we're participating in a really significant event because on October 22nd, Make a Difference Day, Americans throughout the country, I think it's actually now an international day of service.
Okay.
Where, people just participate in various service projects.
Yeah. Have you done any volunteering in your past?
Actually, I used to volunteer living here when I grew up here,
Okay.
as you know, and so I've always volunteered.
Okay.
From very, very young. I've always been interested in community service, so it's really no surprise to me that I've actually come full circle or ended up working for an organization like the Points of Light Foundation.
Okay.
Because it's just something that I do. I feel like it's our duty
Yes.
to give back.
Yeah.
That saying, to whom much is given, much is required.
Required, yes.
And so I feel like I have been given a lot by this community, and I feel like, what I have been blessed with, and I need to bless others.
Yes. So how's that going to work on this day, which is a Saturday, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, so it's 7 to 11. That's typically the hours that we start, sometimes a little earlier. And so we ask the volunteers to meet us at Budho Park, where we provide them with gloves and bags. We have shovels and rakes and other things that they may need, water. And they meet us there, and then we assign them to a location
Okay.
that is in need of particular work. We tell them what to do, and then they just sort of branch out.
Okay.
So they branch out and, whatever it is that needs to be done. We have volunteers too that actually do water distribution. Sometimes we assign team leads depending on the scope of the work. We usually like to give that to students so that they can develop some leadership skills.
Okay.
And if a student decides that they want to be a team lead, and we actually, there's not a whole lot of information that you need, but we actually prep them before the event. So, and when I say it's town-wide, it really is town-wide. It goes from Budho Park up to Fisher Street, and from the waterfront up to where New Street, which is where the cemetery is located.
Yeah, that street, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And that goes, I guess, up, around, by the post office and.
Yeah, we do the whole.
Yeah.
We do the whole town. It's a lot of work, but it really, one of the things that we found is this event really brings the community together, develops community pride. You see a lot of camaraderie. We don't really tell people how to go about doing what they do, but when we send them out, different teams sort of develop a strategy about how they're going to clean up a particular area. The most amazing thing that I particularly like about our volunteer events is that when one group gets tired, another group just naturally fills in where they left off without even being asked. They just, close that circle so that the work continues. So it is a beautiful experience when you see a whole lot of people on the streets of Frederiksted, just trying to make it a better community.
Okay. And here again too, students can earn community service hours as well.
Yes.
Okay.
We give them 5 community service hours for make a difference day, Clean Sweep Day.
Okay. You have any statistics on volunteerism?
Yeah, I do not have any for the Virgin Islands. I do have statistics nationally.
Okay.
So this is for September of 2014 through September of 2015. So I can tell you, during that period, 7.9, well, 62 million Americans volunteered. So that's 25% of the U.S. population volunteered during that year at least once.
Okay.
Typically, volunteers give, on average, 52 hours a year
Okay.
of volunteerism.
That's what, roughly an hour a week?
An hour a week. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry. So they volunteer. So yeah. So they 62 million Americans, an hour a week, 52 hours a year. And it works out to be something like 7.9 billion hours of volunteer hours that Americans give
Okay.
on average. I mean, as a whole.
Yes.
The dollar value of that, actually, if it's $24 an hour, that's the estimate for the dollar value for working 1 hour of
Yes.
of volunteerism, and it's so we contribute as a whole 189 billion dollars of service to our communities when just through volunteerism. That's just the impact that it has among young people. 12 to 18, 15.5 million young people volunteer, giving a total of 1.3 billion hours.
Wow.
So it's pretty significant. And they're volunteering at their churches, hospitals, like we do, community cleanups, with school organizations, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
For nonprofits like myself, small nonprofits that doesn't have a large budget or no budget, volunteer work is pretty significant because you have professionals that come in and give their time and expertise, to an organization that is trying to do good work.
Yes.
So volunteerism is on a whole, it's critical to actually I want to say to doing good work.
Yeah.
Let's take, for instance, in Haiti right now, the core group of workers that are going to Haiti, since they just went through the Hurricane Matthew,
yes.
the core group of workers will be volunteers.
Yes.
Doctors, social workers, construction workers, that sort of stuff, engineers. So volunteerism, it has a huge, huge impact.
Yeah, you can imagine if you took away all the volunteerism, there would be sort of a void.
There would be a huge void because government can't do it all. There is not enough money. There will never be enough, to get all of the social services. That's the word I was looking for. The social services that we contribute to our community, it cannot all be done through government.
Yes.
We really do need volunteers to help fill the gap.
Yes.
And like I said, it's $189 billion of service that people are giving. So again, that's pretty significant.
That's a big chunk of money there.
Yeah.
And the other thing that volunteering can help with is, it may lead to becoming an employee of a company. That's one of the things.
Yes, it actually does.
Yeah.
So especially for young people, where the statistics for young people when it comes to volunteerism is this. If you are a volunteer as a young person, 12 to 18, you are 50% less likely to smoke, use drugs or drink, and less likely to become pregnant or engage in any troublesome behavior. What students who volunteer get better grades typically than their peers who do not, and they also develop leadership skills. They develop better social skills. They end up engaging with people that may fall outside of their normal social group, so they get to interact with people that they normally would not. It is a absolutely great way to become more self-confident.
Yes.
And it absolutely does lead to jobs. A chunk of, if you are a student or an individual, adult, and you are unemployed and you volunteer, and I can attest to this, actually happened to me, you are more likely to receive employment
Yes.
because you volunteered.
Yes. I definitely agree with that for sure. And so this is the Clean Sweep Day. This is coming up on October 22nd.
October 22nd, yes.
From 7 to 11 a.m. But
From
I guess
7 to 11 a.m. We typically set up a little earlier because we do have early birds that show up and folks who want to, leave before it gets too hot.
yes.
We do have some that stay over a little longer, but yeah, 7 to 11 are the core hours that we will be there.
Okay. So I mean,
And it is a lot of fun. You know, it's hard work, but it's a lot of fun.
yeah. And so people could be working into 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon in
Yes.
a particular area.
Yes.
Just trying to finish up.
Yeah, and we stay. We have we have drivers that circle the town, passing out water,
Okay.
paper towels, seeing if anyone needs assistance, and so we don't leave until we totally scout. The town to make sure that all the volunteers have returned. The other thing too is we actually, I am very serious about students participating before they earn they get their certificate. So the students have to actually return. You sign in and then you have to come back to get your community service certificate.
Okay. I got you. So this sounds like a good event. It's a good way to volunteer your time and beautify
Our community
our
and
community.
meet new people.
Yeah. And so who are some of the business partners that you have helping out?
So as I said, it was Department of Public Works. Right now, it's Department of Public Works, Sports Park and Rec, Office of the Governor, Waste Management. We do have people in the community, Polly's on the Pier, Lost Dog, Lyric Sales, it's escaping Blue Moon, and a few other nonprofits that also help with this particular day. We do
Okay.
other things, which we're gonna again talk about in a few minutes. But this particular event, it's Clean Sweep Frederiksted. It's driven by Clean Sweep Frederiksted, but we get a lot of support from the business community.
Okay. Perfect. And you mentioned that there's another event, I guess.
Yeah,
Is this?
so-
Well, I'll let you. I don't want to. You go ahead and announce
Right.
what this next event
So
is.
we partner with the Frederiksted business community. Like I said, we don't do this alone. We actually seek a collaborative events to work, with the community. I'm not really saying that correctly, but we partner with the Frederiksted business community to create events to help drive, individuals to, experience what Frederiksted is about.
Yes.
So we have, this is our second year doing the Frederiksted Halloween Spooktacular,
Okay.
and that will be held October 31st from 5 to 8 p.m. for the young people. And that is a town-wide event where we have a trick-or-treat route, we have Jumbie stories, carnival games, we're having a Crucian pumpkin patch alley, and a few other, things that are happening that night. We're still coordinating, but the trick-or-treat route, trick-or-treaters can collect goodies, candies, starting at Turtles, going all the way down to into the Blue and come around onto King Street.
Okay.
And pretty much all the businesses are open and hand out treats for the kids. The Lost Dog will be, they have carnival games at the Lost Dog. We're having a costume contest. Wayne Bully Peterson will be at the Caribbean Museum telling some Jumbie stories that was very, very popular last year.
Okay.
And then we're also doing a hayride. We did a hayride last year. We're doing it again this year.
Oh, really?
And
Okay.
that will be going through the town. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
And this is primarily for young adults.
It's primarily for young people. It's a family event.
Okay.
So really, if you are just into Halloween, we're asking you to come to Frederiksted and check out this event. Last year, I think we had over 400 people
Oh, really?
show up. It was the first time. So the business community, they have been doing trick-or-treating in the Frederiksted area for about 6 to 7 years.
Okay.
We just took it up a notch and made it, even bigger.
Okay.
And so, so we had about, 400 or 500 people, I want to say. People, that includes very tiny little people to adults.
Okay.
And trick-or-treating sort of ended around 8 o'clock, and then the adult festivities sort of kicked in. It was a really great night.
So everybody assembles at Turtles and kind of marches down and sort of a...
So, yeah, we have a map. People take whatever route they want.
Okay.
They're all over the place just experiencing the event.
Okay.
And this year, we'll have a schedule that we'll put out. We're breaking up the hay rides into intervals, and so everyone can get an opportunity to participate. So if you want to start trick-or-treating from the Lost Dog and go the other way around, that's perfectly fine.
Okay.
We make a map available so that the parents know where to go. We
go.
also do I failed to mention, it's a zombie crawl. And we have individuals that dress up as zombies going around scaring folks. That was a lot of fun too. So we're hoping that as the year, this year it'll be even bigger, and
Yes.
it'll just continue to grow.
Yeah. Halloween is sort of a very kind of festive day here, at least in the Virgin Islands, I think.
I never celebrated Halloween when I was growing up here, so I don't know. So I'm glad to see that it's a thing.
Yeah, to me it does. People just seem to enjoy the day and the evening, and there's always something to do.
Well, they did, especially the young kids. Like I said, it was a great success. So we're really looking forward to doing it again.
Okay.
This year, it was just incredible to see the amount of people that actually came into Frederiksted.
Okay.
From all over the island too.
Yes.
So that was really exciting for us.
And this is the Frederiksted Halloween Spooktacular.
Spectacular.
Okay, and this is
October
actually
31st.
And this, what day does that fall on this year?
It's a Monday.
It's a Monday. So you do this on a Monday?
Yep, we're always going to do it on Halloween.
Okay.
Start at 5:30 to 8 o'clock.
Okay. Just kind of a quick, because I imagine that is a school night.
Yes,
Okay.
it is. But it's a school night, but we're ending early for, the little ones, and so the parents don't have to worry. And you can also have dinner in the town of Frederiksted. All the restaurants will be open.
Okay.
Blue Moon, Last Dog, Polly's on the Pier will be open, a few other establishments. So,
Okay.
have options. Roses, Dream Cuisine will also be open.
Okay. It sounds like a fun event. And you said who's going to be doing storytelling? You said Doc.
Win Bully Peterson,
Okay.
as he says, his name. Bully Peterson will be doing. He's a storyteller.
Okay.
He has some awesome stories. He was a big hit last year, so he'll be doing it again this year.
Okay. Sounds like fun. So that's the Frederiksted Halloween Spooktacular. That is on October 31st, the actual Halloween day.
Yes.
From 5 p.m. to 8:30 p.m.
Yes.
And,
or until until folks leave.
Yeah. Okay. And Virginia has got the okay to keep the kiddies out just about 10 minutes longer than normal.
My kids are grown. I've done that. So I'm saying, come, bring the kids. Get lots of candy.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. Okay, so that's your third event. Moving on here, and I think you have one more listed here.
Yes, so this is very exciting. This is not a Clean Sweep Frederiksted event, but I'm happy to talk about this. So the owners of Lyric Sales, Blue Moon, and Molly's in Frederiksted are putting together Molly's boutique. Molly's boutique. That's in Frederiksted as well.
Is that next to Polly's?
It's next to Polly's.
Okay.
Yes, behind Franklin's.
Yes.
So they have gotten together and created an event called the West Walk. It will be a monthly event where it will be a food and music and drink spectacle, I guess. It's going to be just really about having folks come in and experience once again, the offerings that we have in Frederiksted.
Okay.
So all the businesses, we're asking all the businesses, bars, restaurants to participate. The first West Walk will be on November the 12th from 5 to 10 p.m.
Okay.
And there'll be music, of course. Like I said, food. There'll be drinks, and uh, uh, oh, what I'm missing. What I'm missing here is that a portion of the proceeds from this event each month will go to a charity.
Okay.
So for more information on that, you can visit their Facebook page. It's called the West Walk.
Okay. So did you say, maybe I missed it? What is the West Walk?
So it really is, and I'm sorry, I have to put on my glasses to read this.
Okay.
So it is a monthly happening that will take place on the second Saturday of every month, beginning on November 12th. And the whole purpose of this is to promote Frederiksted and help with the revitalization of the historic district.
Okay.
So that's the main event. And, it's an evening of live music. There'll be food and drink specials at participating restaurants, bars, and shops. So you can come and eat, drink, and be merry on the second Saturday of each month.
Okay. And so you say West Walk. So
Yes.
I mean, we're walking the streets.
You're walking the streets, right? So there will be footprints throughout the town that's directing folks to each venue that will be having that will be participating on a particular Saturday night.
Okay.
Of course, that will change. One of the things I do have to say is that this is really particularly for Frederiksted businesses. So
Okay.
they're not having any vendors for this event, but it may change
Okay.
as the event grows.
Okay.
There's room for that to change, but from what I'm told at the moment, it's really primarily for brick and mortar businesses.
Yeah, the actual establishments on the streets. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. That sounds good too. And and that walk is what day? That's
It's a Saturday.
That's
November the 12th.
12th.
Yes, that's the first one. The second one will be on December the 17th. And I'm sure they'll have a schedule available, at each establishment, listing all the days that they'll have the West Walk. But again, it will be it's on their Facebook page.
Okay.
And I'm sure it will also be listed on the various calendars that's available in the community, event calendars, that is.
Okay. And so I don't know if you did this intentionally or not, but did you skip an event?
Did I skip an event? I do not know. I have so much going on, I do not know. So if I did, remind me.
Well, there's one here after the Frederiksted Halloween Spooktacular. You have one here called the Community Paint.
Oh, yeah, so we're doing that twice. Yes,
Okay.
I don't have the date for that one. I'm sorry. I
Okay.
don't remember what date I scheduled
Well,
that. So
here it says November 5th.
yes.
From
So we
11.
have one coming up this Saturday, and then again on November 5th.
Okay.
Same time, 9 to 12.
Yes. Well, actually, this one says 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
No, maybe that's an error. I have to go back and check that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this says community paint. So Frederiksted Fish Market. So what are you just gonna be painting? What's the?
It's the same concept actually, because we have lots of boards that we want to do, and we're just changing the location.
Okay.
The reason why I'm having it at the Frederiksted Fish Market because that is a beautiful space.
Yes.
And it has, there's electricity, there's water, you have
Okay.
access to water to wash your hands and whatnot. And we're just trying to reclaim that space and make it about the community once again.
Okay.
If you recall, when we were growing up, there was a lot of activity at the fish market. There were, they sold fish.
Yes.
That's what they did. They had fish fries and music and that sort of stuff. So we're just trying to, reclaim and re-engage a community in that space.
Okay.
And make it really about families and a space for events.
Okay. Are they gonna have a fish fry there, or that's
We're
sort of what?
planning to do that. We just have to coordinate with the Department of Agriculture and the Department of Public Works
Okay.
to find out how to go about that. But we have I can't speak to the details of that just yet.
Okay.
Well, we are planning to bring back that tradition.
Okay. Okay. Good. Well, Virginia, you got a lot of stuff lined up here. It'll keep the people of St. Croix and the people more specifically of Frederiksted busy up until it seems like every month or every 2 to 3 weeks you have something
Yes.
happening up until
Yes. Through December.
through December.
Yeah, and I'm not really. We didn't talk about it, but we are planning this event called the 12 Days of Christmas.
Oh, really? Okay.
From the 14th through the 25th. We're planning a different night of an activity. We're still working out the details, but information on that will be forthcoming.
Okay, perfect, man. Our guest tonight, Virginia Clairmont. She is with Clean Sweep Frederiksted. They're an organization that I guess does many things, but more specifically, just beautification, whether it's painting or trash pickup or branches or bush or cleaning gutters and that kind of stuff. And then they also kind of add a little bit of family activity, like they're having this Frederiksted Halloween Spooktacular and some other events here as well. Just to, I guess, bring families together in Frederiksted.
Yeah, we
And,
focus mainly on families and young people. That's what our focus is, and it's really just about helping to promote and Frederiksted and bring families back into the town. Just to experience it and make it again, a vibrant community like it once was, but even better this time around.
Okay. I mean, is it working? I mean, are families coming out, or is Frederiksted sort of becoming the hype again? And
it's hard for me to say, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm in the grind. My head is down, and I'm just always working and thinking of ways to get people in. But I do know that I encourage people to come to Frederiksted all the time. We have seen, I do know of some individuals who I have personally invited and said, come hang with me at, we do trivia night at the Lost Dog, or at Rainbow, or there's jazz at the Blue Moon, and they're like, oh, I didn't even know this was going on. And so then it becomes part of their regular rotation of entertainment.
Okay.
So I definitely am seeing that. I am seeing more, like for instance, the business community decided, 3 businesses, so we're going to do this West Walk.
Yes.
That's new. That's exciting. And it's just, so we're adding events other than, Sunset Jazz or things that they're doing on the pier.
Okay.
Our real focus is really to do away with the negative stigma that Frederiksted sometimes tends to have, because it really, for instance, I'll just say it out loud. People always say that Frederiksted is dangerous, when it's actually one of the safest communities on St. Croix. So, we just want people to come in and experience it for themselves, where we are a community there. We know each other, we support each other, we do really feel like we're family. If you are new in a community, once folks start to see you around you, they embrace you, they pull you in.
Yes.
So as if you've ever been there, we all have a certain love for the town and a certain love for each other.
Okay. All right, our guest tonight is Virginia Clairmont. She's with Clean Sweep Frederiksted, and we just went through all of her, or most of her upcoming events through December. We're going to take a quick break. I just want to say that this is It's Your Perspective Talk Show every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. My name is David, a.k.a. Kimber, a.k.a. Christian. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Stand by. All right. We are back. This is the HR Perspective Talk Show every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. until. My name is David, a.k.a. Kimber, a.k.a. Christian. Soup is on special assignment tonight. This is the HR Perspective Talk Show, streaming live from the VI.com TV. We're simulcasting this show tonight on our internet radio station, streaming live from the VI.com radio. Catch us on the iOS App Store or Google Play, I guess is what it's called. I'm sorry. And you can also check it out via the TuneIn Radio app. But our guest tonight, more importantly, is Virginia Clairmont. There she is. She is with Clean Sweep Frederiksted. And we were just talking about her upcoming events for the rest of the year. And she's just going to sort of summarize those events, starting with the one that's this weekend.
Saturday, October the 8th from 9 to 12, we're doing a community paint where we're going to have creating some positive signs to place throughout the community. So we're asking folks to just bring your creativity, and we provide all the materials, and that will be held at the Frederiksted Beach.
Okay.
Then after that, we have our signature event, Make a Difference Day, which is a town-wide day of service, October 22nd from 7 to 11. We're meeting at Budhoe Park and then spreading throughout the town of Frederiksted, to help beautify the historic district. Again, that's October 22nd. It's Clean Sweep Day. And then we're having our second annual Halloween Spooktacular, October 31st from 5:30 to 8:30. That's a Monday. It is a school night, but on that night we're doing a trick-or-treat route. We're having some Jimby stories, carnival games, a hay ride, costume contest, and a few other events for the family. And then on the business community, on November the 12th is having the Frederiksted first ever West Walk, which will be a monthly event held on the second Saturday of each month. And that event will be a night of live music and food and drink and just some festive fun.
All right, so she has stuff for everybody, young and old, and in between. Coming out and support the many events that are being held, all in Frederiksted. Check out the website, which is
Clean Sweep Frederiksted, all spelled out, .org.
Okay. And how does anybody get a hold of you?
Yeah, so if anyone has any questions or would like to contact me, they can do so at 340-227-1978. So that's 340-227-1978.
Okay. All right, Virginia. Virginia Clairmont is our guest tonight. Thank you for coming out.
Yeah, thank you. This was fun. I always like being here.
Thank you very much. Our guest tonight is Virginia Clairmont. She is with Clean Sweep Frederiksted. We're just discussing her main 4 events coming up throughout the rest of the year here. Come on out and support the town of Frederiksted. It's back. It's getting more and more exciting. Come on out and hang out into the evening. Enjoy the historic part of it. Go to the local restaurants and get some food. And there's always a lot of restaurants that have live music there. Check that out as well. And just come out and enjoy the ambiance of the town. It is safe, but always walk or participate with caution, as I would like to say.
Yes.
On that note, I just want to say that this is the It's Your Perspective Talk Show every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. until. Our website is streaming live from the VI.com. Our radio station is streaming live from the VI.com radio. On that note, we're out. We have another show lined up for tomorrow night, so check out my Facebook postings for that tomorrow. And we'll see you later, all right? Enjoy the evening. We're out. Peace.